Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Crispy and today we are back on my tropical resort island of Mangolada. So this island, if you didn't know, is part of Crossing Maniac's Last Resort challenge. It's a 3-month design challenge that she created, and so I'm participating in that. And so last episode what we did was work on the yacht club area. So I created this like boat pier and built up a yacht club over here. I have changed it a little bit. I don't know if you could tell by the thumbnail, but after I stopped recording, I was like not really happy with it. So I did change it up a little bit. Now you can totally get to these bar stools if you want to come and sit at the bar. It's totally functional. I just built up a couple more layers of cliff to the back. So yeah, I think I like that a lot better. If you haven't checked out that video, please go and check it out. I would love it if you guys checked it out. So today what I want to work on is this area back here. I have marked up this area with some pathing. I created this grid sectioned into 4 different areas. So what I want to put is 4 floating islands for villager houses right here. I think it would be a great place for it, and hopefully put some water around their house plots. And I don't want to make them straight, I think I want to try to keep them kind of organic shaped, just because I like the way it looks. So that is what I'm going to work on today, and we'll see how it comes out. Alright, so remember how I said that I wanted to keep these more organic shaped and not straight? Well, that didn't work out like I wanted it to. So I had already mocked up the design for these villager plots, these little floating plots in the water, and I knew how big they needed to be. So the first thing that I did was mark out the 8 by 12 boardwalk code that was going to be their house plot. And maybe I should have made it a little bit smaller, but I wanted to try to fit in like some shell items and as much yard decor as I could. And whenever I started this island, I wanted it to be like Maldives inspired, and so originally these plots, these villager houses, were supposed to be raised like up on a cliff. Well, I quickly decided that I didn't want to do that and that I wasn't enjoying the straight lines, and so I threw that out the window. But I did mark out this boardwalk for my house, and it turned out fine because it didn't show up on the map. And so when I was terraforming this island, I was trying to go more organic and natural with all of the cliffs and the waterscaping, just because that's what I love to do on my islands. But here you can see I'm trying to make a walkway in the middle and trying to fit it in. I ended up having to move the right 2 house plots over to the right a couple spaces, because then at least there was 2 spaces in between the boardwalk and the house plot, and I could put water there. But yeah, I was trying to keep my terraforming on this island fairly natural, but when I was trying to figure out where I was going to put all of the villager houses, I did put a couple up on cliffs, and you will see that in a future video. I've already marked out where those villager houses are going to go, but for these last 4 plots, I just thought that maybe some waterscaping on this side of my map, it would look really nice. And then I could mix in the boardwalk design and the house plots with, the real waterscaping. And I'm not sure how I feel about it when it's all said and done. I do love the boardwalk code, and I love the idea of the floating houses. I do love, the Maldives and all of the photos from it, but these are very rectangular plots, and so I don't know. But I just started out by putting this bamboo slats fence around the edges, just like I had done on my own house, the hotel resort. And this on the upper right hand side is Bud's house. I already redid their exteriors and their interiors. I made them all very similar. Bud's and Joey's has like a yellowish exterior, and then on the inside I tried to make each villager unique and have their own kind of vibe. I did give Bud the cypress bathtub like I had done over at my house, and I do really like the cypress bathtub. When I see photos from the Maldives, they all have their own little like hot tub or swimming pool, like outside the little bungalow. So I did struggle though with the shell items. For this design challenge, I'm supposed to have decorated the villager plots or the villager houses with shell items, but trying to fit them in with all of this other decor was a bit of a challenge. I wasn't really vibing with anything really. I mean, I do like the furniture that I gave them, the little seating areas that I gave them. I tried to make them all as unique as I could. And I love the Azumaya gazebo, if that's how you say it. I have trouble saying that, but I love that beside it because it makes me think of a bungalow. But I wasn't happy with the shell partitions. They're just so big and bulky, and it just didn't seem to really go very well. So I did play around with it in several different places. I was trying to cover up the grass line a bit, and so I was trying to figure out what I wanted to put there to cover up that grass line, but nothing was really working the way that I wanted it to, and so I did end up just going with the not bamboo. Oh, I could have done a bamboo actually. I did a log bench there in front of his house instead of the hammock, but I could have done a bamboo bench, and I'm just now thinking of it as I'm talking about it. But I wanted there to be the little rattan furniture and the rattan towel basket, and I wanted to try to fit a few shell items, but I just the shell speaker is a lot bigger than I would like, and it looks a little bit weird because of how big it is, and then the shell partition also is just kind of big, so I'm just not sure how I liked that. I liked the bamboo or the log bench a lot better than the hammock, and then I just gave him a little plant between the house and put the little shell lamp on the bench, and at least it has 2 shell items. And now we are decorating around Joey's house. So for Joey, I wanted to do something similar, but also try to make it a little bit more unique. And I did go back and add a few things after the build. I tried to change up a few of the shell item colors to match the villager, and I also brought in a little toy duck for Joey, of course, because he is a cute little duck. But you can see how big these house plots are, and the items that I put on there, of course, are big. The gazebo and the cypress bathtubs, but it just didn't feel like a lot of items. It just felt like a big space with not much room. So I think that was just because of the fence that was going around it, maybe, and spacing and Animal Crossing, and the fact that you can't put a tiki torch too close to anything. But I love the way that the tiki torches look on a tropical island, so I did want to try to bring in as many of those as I could. Bud and Joey were a little bit easier with the rattan furniture and the coloring than like Audie was, because I wanted to try to keep them cohesive and matching with the rattan furniture, but I also wasn't sure what color to give Audie. So I'm not sure if I said who the villagers are that I'm decorating for, but it is Bud, Joey, and then Audie and Faith. Those are the ones that I chose to be on these little floating bungalows. And I can't believe that little yellow shell lamp is glowing green. That just kind of floors me. I did try to make the shell partitions work. I just wasn't really happy with how they looked. So I did take those out, and I did add the little toy duck there because I thought that was just perfect for Joey. But yeah, I thought his yard turned out pretty cute. I'm just not so sure about these rectangular plots. I will have to show the map next time. I'm trying not to spoil future builds, so I'm trying not to show too much of the map yet, but I did put a few of these little floating islands in the middle here between the plots. I had a few more spaces in between each of the house plots than I did like between the boardwalk and the house plots. So I just decorated those with some natural items like bushes and flowers and a coconut tree, and I really liked how those came out. Now I'm doing Audie's house. I didn't change her exterior too much. I think I left it pretty close to the same, but Faith does have more of an orange house, so I think because they're, opposite each other, it's okay that they have a different color house, but, you guys can let me know what you think. I wasn't so sure because I do love the original customization of Audie's house and the teal color. I did give her a bit of a teal interior, but I just wasn't sure how it looked right beside Faith. But I did, give her a different customization for her little curtain and for her little hammock, and I think that it matches her well and matches her exterior well. And then I decided to go with the pink shell items because I just thought it went better with a girl villager, and Audie. I think that pink and teal goes really well with her. And so yeah, I thought that it was pretty cute, and I like that they're all looking just a little bit different. I will show the finished interiors in just a moment, and you can see how they turned out. But originally I had this brown rattan furniture, and I just didn't think it matched as well, so I did switch it out for the white. So let me know what you think. Do you like the white rattan furniture for her yard or the brown better? And I gave her a different little colorful juice because I thought it went better with her house exterior. And then I just put a little plant in between her house, and I decided to also switch out her little cypress bathtub for a pool instead. So I just decided for Joey and for Audie to give them a pool instead of the cypress bathtub, just because I thought that the pool went really well, especially with Audie's, you know, because of her teal exterior. And so they are a little bit bigger though than the cypress bathtubs, so it was a little bit harder to fit, but I did manage to fit that in, and I'm really happy with that. I just thought that some of the other exteriors went better with the cypress bathtub. So I also changed the spacing a little bit, the placement of the items, especially for some of these villagers. I moved the gazebo closer to the house so that I could bring that fence all the way around it. And I'm so sorry if you can hear my kids in the background. I do have the door shut, but they are home for the summer and they are loud, so that is just a thing. But I will try to remove as much noise as I can. But I also tried a few different things for like the walkway, the boardwalk walkway, but I wasn't sure if I liked them. I really do love the curtain partition that I gave Faith, though. I thought it went really well with the outside of her house because she is a very orange villager, and so I thought that the orange fabric went well. I think I did end up leaving her shell items as white though, because I don't think there is an orange version. There's a brown version, but not a orange version, and I don't know how I feel about brown shell items. I'm not a huge fan, so I left them white. But I would love to know what you guys think about them. I was, required to decorate their house with some shell items, so I did comply with that, but I wasn't sure how I felt about them. And I wasn't sure that I could fit any more in there and still be able to walk. But this is pretty much the end of these builds, and then I'm going to show their interior and bring my helper in and see what he thinks. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, I just wanted to put this in here. I went ahead and redid Bud's house. I wasn't going to make you guys watch the whole thing, but I really like how it came out. I just gave him like a little surfing shop, and I'll probably continue this build on the beach, but he has a little bike up there hanging up, and a little skateboard rack, and a marlin, mounted marlin. But yeah, I really like how this came out. So now I will go to Joey's house. Alright, so this is Joey's house. It's very yellow. I gave him a little seating area in the front here, like a little living room. He has the mango up on his wall, and then a little yellow kitchen, and I put some of this wood planking down, and in the back he has like a little terrace with a little duck and his little hammock where he can go and sleep or chill. So yeah, I really like how his came out. I think it fits his personality pretty well. So this is Joey's house. This is how Audie's house came out. I tried to keep it kind of teal to match her eyes and her dress. And it was a little bit challenging, especially with the rugs, because there is no really good teal rugs in the game, but I think I really like how this came out. She has a little kitchen area, she has a little seating area by her little terrace in the back, and then of course the rattan furniture and little sea globe, and I gave her the Moroccan couch. So yeah, this is Audie's house, and you can get by. Originally I had it to where you couldn't even get by to get to the bed, but now you can, so it is functional at least. Alright, so this is Faith's house. It's a little bit more yellow than it is orange, but I still think it fits her pretty well. It's a lot like Audie's house, and she is across from Audie, but it is a little bit more yellow. There's just not a lot of orange in the game, so yeah. But I still like how it came out, and it matches Audie, so. And we are done. Are you ready to see it?
Yeah.
So I created some floating islands for some of my villagers.
Ooh.
So they have these little floating bungalows.
Oh, that's fun.
This is Audie's house.
I like the pool.
Some of them I gave pools, and some I gave little cypress bathtubs.
I like it.
And she has a little, just pretend this is like suntan lotion, okay?
Okay. Sunscreen.
Yeah. And then this is Faith's house.
I really like the polka dot orange curtains and stuff.
Yeah, it matches her house.
Yeah.
I tried to match them, but yeah, it was
good enough.
It was a little bit difficult. And this is Joey's.
I love the duck.
He is a little duck because Joey's a duck.
It's a rubber duck.
And I did give him a pool too, because I thought, you know, it went well with him. And then over here we have Bud's house.
I like the surfboard in the corner.
Yeah, he is definitely a beach bum, and I think over there on that beach I'll build him like a little surf build of some kind.
Okay.
But yeah, I was supposed to use some shell furniture in their yards. I tried to fit them in, even with this big huge house plot floating island. It was still hard to fit some in, but I managed to fit like at least a lamp and a speaker in all of them. So
yeah,
but yeah, what do you think?
I like it.
And I just put a little bench back here. There's not really a way to get to the secret beach, but I'll probably just do like some like a coconut tree and some flowers or something simple.
Yeah.
Because you can't really get back there, and it's
plus it's like
it's fine.
It's simple and it works good enough for the tropical vibe.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of our members, and we will see you next time.
All right, bye. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Bye everyone.
Bye.